Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Let's Talk Hockey podcast here for Lewis University. I'm Logan Cap, and I will be your host for today again. Let's get right into it today. First thing you probably noticed, I'm not wearing a Blackhawks jersey today. I'm wearing my second favorite team, San Jose Sharks jersey today. I figured this would be a good platform to show off all the jerseys that I have. So hopefully every episode I'll be able to wear a different hockey jersey and talk a little bit about it. So last week we talked about Mike and kind of how his hockey career had an impact on his life and what hockey meant to him. So I figured this week we'll talk a little bit about my hockey career and kind of how I have interacted with hockey. So I started playing hockey at a very young age, 5 or 6. I played house league hockey my entire life. I never really got into travel hockey. It was just too dang expensive. Played all the way up through high school. When I got into high school, I played a little bit of high school hockey as well as a little bit of club, but it doesn't really count as club. About 7 years ago, I got into officiating with Mike from last week. We've been officiating for the same number of years. I've been doing that for a while now. I really enjoy that. Now I like to play hockey with my dad as well. I play men's league hockey with him, and I really enjoy that. Unfortunately, about a little over a year ago, I happened to break my neck while playing hockey, so I haven't been able to step on the ice then. I have been officiating now for 7 years. I am a level 4 USA hockey official. I've officiated all the way up through college hockey, ACHA, as well as high school, and U18, AAA, and Central States, and pretty much every other youth league that there is. I've refereed at 7:30 in the morning for mites where their stands are packed with parents that all think that their kids are going to the NHL. I've also officiated for men's league games at night when nobody's in the building. And I really enjoy all of it. I think each type of game has its own opportunities, as well as every game has something you can learn from. You definitely learn a little bit from a men's league game versus a youth game, like a Mike game. And you also learn something different from a college game. College game is a lot faster, obviously. You have a lot more things to think about. A lot of people still yelling at you, but they're better. So it's almost easier to officiate a better hockey league than a hockey league that's not as good. So I tend to enjoy doing the higher levels. I'm hoping to be able to ref some juniors here in the next couple of years. I don't have any aspiration of going to the NHL or anything like that, but it's just something fun to do, a little bit way to make a little bit of extra money and, stay on the ice and be able to be on the ice with some incredible athletes, some of which go on to get drafted to the NHL, like the AAA kids, but I really enjoy it. I've also been able to mentor some of the younger officials, some of the officials just starting out. I really enjoy that. It's basically when they're doing their first game, I go out on the ice with them, not in stripes or anything like that, just a jacket, and kind of tell them where to go and tell them what to do, and give them a little help. It's kind of intimidating the first time you're out on a game, and actually officiating is a lot different from what they teach you in the classroom. So having someone out there, I think, was very helpful for me, and that's why I like to go ahead and give back to anyone that I can, all the younger officials. So I really enjoy doing that. Now, we're going to move on to the Chicago Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks, a lot of things happening with them as of late. They have defied all of my expectations as well as a lot of other people's expectations. At the time of recording this video, they are 13-8-5. They currently play Dallas tonight, which is Thursday the 11th. This video is coming out tomorrow, Friday the 12th. So we'll see what happens with Dallas tonight. They just got through a series with Tampa Bay. They did a lot better than I had originally anticipated, actually. They were able to keep up with Tampa Bay, which is something that I did not think that they were capable of doing. They got to OT 2 of the times, would shoot out once, were able to come away with 2 points in one of the games, 1 point in one, and obviously they lost in regulation the other. And the previous game they played against Dallas was a very poor performance by the Chicago Blackhawks. The most poor performance that they've had in a while. They lost 6-1 to the Stars, and was it really necessary? No, I wasn't able to watch a lot of the game, but anytime you lose to a team by 5, you got some work to do. So hopefully Jeremy Colleton was able to make some changes and hopefully get a little bit more prepared for this next game. They currently sit 4th in the Central Division, which is currently a playoff spot. They sit above Columbus. So hopefully they're able to maintain that position for the rest of this season. It is a shortened season, so hopefully they'll be able to do good against these teams that they've been having a lot of games against. It is quite interesting to see them play the same teams over and over. It creates a very playoff-like atmosphere. I know last week we talked about it. I talked about it with Mike, but it creates, I think, a little more competition. I know some people don't like it. They get tired of seeing the same teams, the same guys. They want to change it up a little bit. But I think it almost creates more competitive hockey. Now the whole league is changed dynamic, so it's really interesting to watch all the games because they're seeing each game a lot. So tensions can boil over from the game before or even the series before. I mean, a week or two before, they were playing the same team again. So a lot of competition, I think, in this new atmosphere, this new type of not NHL bubble, but bubble-like atmosphere of playoffs. So we'll see how that continues to develop as the season goes on. Kane is currently having an unreal year. He has 38 total points, 11 goals, 27 assists, and he is doing fantastic. He just had his 1,000th NHL game against Dallas, which was that pitiful loss, but we won't talk about too much. But congratulations to Kane around that. He had a couple very nice video messages from people around the league. It was nice to see Jonathan Toews' face again on camera and on with the Blackhawks. So good to see him again, and hopefully we'll be able to see Toews back on the ice soon. Now we're moving on to the Cat, Alex DeBrincat, having a bounce-back year. 14 goals, 14 assists, having a phenomenal year. Last year he did not produce as much as we would like him to see, but hopefully this year he'll continue to improve and continue to play with Patrick Kane, get a bunch of points, and stay high on the lines, and continue to produce as he's stepping up because players like Kirby Dach and Jonathan Toews aren't around to produce any. So he's got to step up, and he did in a very big way, in my opinion. I think hopefully he'll continue to play with Kane and get a bunch of points. In other breaking news, as of the time of recording this video, Kirby Dach has skated for the first time since his wrist injury at the World Junior Tournament. So that is a good sign for the Chicago Blackhawks. They need as much help as they can get on the offensive side. Even though Kane is stepping up in a big way, Kane's going to need some help producing. I think Kirby Dach will give the Blackhawks an opportunity to produce more and hopefully be able to score more goals. So with that, I wanted to thank you all for joining me for episode 2 of the Let's Talk Hockey podcast. I'm Logan again. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.